All right, and this Fox News alert now, experts saying that there is no end in sight for the crisis at Japan's crippled nuclear plant. Crews have dumped millions of gallons of water on the exposed atomic reactors. Now there is a flood of highly radioactive water that is keeping workers away from those crucial cooling systems. Scientists say it could take a month now to pump it all out and to find a place. The next question is, where do you put all of this radioactive water? Meanwhile, tests are detecting radiation in nearby seawater, indicating that some of that toxic water is leaking into the environment.
Now we're hearing about radiation out of Japan being detected in rainwater here in the U.S. 12 states reporting now very low concentrations, but concentrations of radioiodine in water samples. From the west in California and Oregon, which you would expect, but on the east, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, South Carolina. Dr. Mark Siegel, Fox News Medical A-Team and Professor of Medicine at NYU Medical Center. Doctor, good morning to you.
Hi, Bill.
How concerned do we need to be about this, or are we being hypersensitive?
I think we're being hypersensitive. I'm all for public officials being careful. Robert M. Summers down in Maryland is saying he's being vigilant. We're talking about preparedness. I think that's the wrong terminology here, Bill. It is totally safe to be drinking water, to be having milk, to be eating your food. It is totally safe. There is zero risk to anyone here in the United States.
So there's a possibility that you take your measuring device outside and you think, oh, it's ticked up just a little bit. And I mean, is that because of rainwater out of Japan?
Well,
or is it something else in the environment locally in a state like Massachusetts or South Carolina or Pennsylvania, as I mentioned?
That's a great point. You know, it could be either. Let me give you an example of how ludicrous this is. In California, they're measuring 1 picocurie. That's at 1/trillionth of a curie they're finding in the air. You know how small that is? That's like comparing a dust of sand to the entire mass of the Earth.
No kidding.
That's how small that is.
All right,
so I'm worried about Japan. I'm worried about people around the reactor.
And I am too. So are we overreacting, or are these people overreacting in some of these states that are reporting higher levels?
They're spending a lot of money on this. I'm all for gearing up. I'm all for being prepared if we ever had a problem with our own reactors. I'm glad they have that equipment. But the public is panicking. You know, on the West Coast, people are going to pharmacies and asking for potassium iodide pills, which would cause much more harm than good if you ever took it unnecessarily. It could damage your thyroid, could make you nauseous and vomiting. You could have an allergic reaction to these pills that are supposed to protect you. We have a big fear reaction here. The U.S. has no reason to be concerned, and anyone out there should feel very comfortable and safe with their food and drink.
It's great to hear that opinion. Thank you, Doctor, for that. And again, the concern is in Japan, whether it's in the ocean water or the soil, and how long it will take before that matter is under control.
Absolutely.
Mark Siegel, thank you very much.